I bet we live. I'm here with my boy Aaron. It's Sunday. What's today's date? The 19th or something? Or
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But we here. We at Fineo Fit. You see the ladies in the back getting it in. You see my man's shirt. Pink. Hey, you know, we showing love to everybody out here, man, no matter what. But I'm going to let my boy introduce himself, and we just chop it up a little bit and give you guys something to listen to.
World was okay, yeah. No doubt, I appreciate it, Chris. My name's Aaron Taylor. On Instagram, I'm at hero.trainer. I am a personal trainer, fitness coach. I'm also a kickboxing coach. I trained in Muay Thai for about 10 years. So if you're in that market, especially if you want to learn kickboxing, holla at me.
How'd you get into the kickboxing and the fighting industry?
Oh, just about 10 years ago, I was looking for a change in my fitness routine. You know, like I still lift and I'm still, working out adamantly at the gym, but it was like I needed that spark. You know what I mean? I felt like my body was on a plateau. It was like I need something different, man. Just watching UFC and mixed martial arts, I was like, oh, let me check out the, like the stand-up part of the game. 'Cause the ground game is mostly jiu-jitsu, but that stand-up is a lot of kickboxing. I found out a lot of people train in Muay Thai, so that's when I started doing it.
Which is harder, that groundwork or that standing toe-to-toe going against somebody? Or does it just depend? Explain that.
It depends. Like, I think as far as the training goes, kickboxing might be a little easier, surprisingly. Like that ground game, like that jiu-jitsu, that wrestling, that is tough work, man. Being on the ground, having somebody possibly bigger than you, just laying on top of you, having that body weight, trying to figure out how to defend yourself from the bottom, that can be pretty tough.
Yeah. You want me asking, how old are you, my brother?
I'm 37, man.
37. How's life treating you? You good?
Life's treating me good, man. Life's treating me good. Job's going good. Looking, however, to become independent of corporate America.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on. But yeah, things going good. How are things going for you?
Hey, man, I cannot complain. I'm living life every day, trying to travel as much as I can, try to stay positive and spread the love, man. That's what we're doing right now. If you can check up behind us, I've got some ladies from the Nashville division came into Atlanta, and they, getting it in. Got my cameraman Panda. That's what he goes by. He just here to film, and we just really getting in, man. We just loving life, enjoying life.
All right, where do we start? Let's start here. And I know this is hard because of social media, man, but forget what people think. That's not the F word I want to use, but for Chris, I'm going to use forget. Forget what people think, man. Flex your no shame, or flex on your shame. You know what I mean? Why allow others to dictate how you feel? You're damn right I put on pink. Why? Because I wanted to put on pink. It has nothing to do with my sexuality or my orientation, but it's because of what I wanted to wear, man. And this is something small, of course, in the grand scheme of things, man, but do what works best for you. Why are you allowing others to dictate how you feel, how you operate your life? When you look yourself in the mirror, are you happy? Did you allow what they think or what they think to appeal to your sensibilities when you got dressed today? Was it for others, or that's because what you wanted to wear? Ask yourself that. When you look the man or the woman in the mirror, how do you truly feel on the inside? That's the only thing that matters in life. I can't give you anything else. I could give you a bunch, actually. We could be here all day. But that's what I'm going to hit you with, man. Flexing on your shame. Truly blocking that out, man. Social media makes it hard, and I understand that because we see and we compare every day. But when you go home and you look you in the mirror and it's just you, what makes you feel happy? Do that. Flex that. Block everybody else out, man. Live your life to the fullest. That is the one small piece of advice I have for you on this Self-Love Sunday. It's to truly love yourself. Find out who you are. Find out what makes you happy. And dominate with all that you've got. Dive into it. Almost get angry at it. Actually, going into something with a little bit of anger helps you get over your fear. If you're fearful or ashamed of something, attack it with a little bit of anger. You'd be surprised.
All right.
I don't give too much, man. I got a little passion.
Yeah, I mean, you just listening to you when I was just around the corner, it just reminded me of how I ran into you through Instagram with your Flex Friday. So instead of me kind of explaining that, I just want you to just go ahead and tell the people how you came up with it, what is it, and where do you feel like it's going to take you in the long run?
Flex Friday started out with me just doing like an inspirational video one day, but then it hit me on Friday. You go on Instagram, you see people literally flexing. I was like, well, let's let's flex on something that's intangible. Let's flex on something that's metaphorical. Let's flex on something that's up here. So each Flex Friday video is us flexing on something. As I mentioned earlier in this video, we were flexing on our shame. I want you to flex your intuition. I want you to flex your energy wisely. You know what I'm saying? Those pieces of motivation, that's what that is about. And I hope it gets me to the point where I can become a motivational speaker to like a group of people, whether it's a group like this, it's 10 of us in here and I'm doing something once a week for somebody somewhere, or if people are actually reaching out to me to come speak to a large group of people. I hope that I'm able to one day be a motivational speaker for groups of people, influence people as much as I can. But for right now, it's gonna be a Flex Friday video every day on my IG page, man.
And how can they find you on IG, and what can they type in, and what else do they have to look forward to outside of your Flex Friday posts?
All right, well, outside of Flex Friday, I'm gonna start posting workouts again. That's one thing that I got away from. By the way, my Instagram is @hero.trainer, because I train heroes. Absolutely, @HERO.TRAINER, because I train superheroes, man. That's my thing. Everybody, if you're watching this, you are a superhero. You might not know it, and here you are. And so that's where that came from, man. And so I hope one day that I'm able to affect a large group of people, whether it be through social media or in person, to not only train people physically, but I want to make people mentally and emotionally strong as well.
Yes, most definitely. All right, we're going to take a little quick break, and we'll come back on with some more content.
Yeah.
We'll check on the ladies. We got some other people walking in, and we'll be right back. I'm Flexlanta. We signing off.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Appreciate it, Chris.
Go ahead, man. Good talking to you.
My G, I appreciate it, man.
All right, guys, we're back. Today is Self-Love Sunday. Like always, we aren't doing our class, but we're giving you guys different little interviews for the talk show. So right now, I'm going to let the legend go ahead and introduce herself, let you guys know what she does, where you can find her, and I'm going to hit her off with some questions.
Hi, you guys. I'm Lacey, also known as Lacey Squats on all social platforms. How the hell are you going to leave me in your interview? I'm Lacey Squats on all social platforms. I'm a personal trainer. I specialize in hypertrophy and weight loss. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys.
All right, where can they find you? As far as like social media wise, and then in person, if they want to drop by for like a session, or if they just want to see you, what are your methods of reaching out?
So I train at the Loft, but you can find me on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, @Lacey Squats on everything.
Lacey Squats on everything. All right, so how did you get into fitness, and what made you stay, and where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
One question at a time, that was a lot.
All right, so how did you find your way into fitness?
So I started fitness when I was about 16. I just kind of saw how unhealthy and out of shape I was, and I didn't want to go in the same direction as my family members. So my way out of that was getting into working out.
Yeah. At 16, really?
16.
Yeah. At 16, I was not focused anything on health. So that's good that you jumped on it at an early age, because the older we get, of course, the slower our metabolism get and the older we age. But I feel like if we take care of our bodies, like you said, at 16 at a young age, and start young, eat the right foods, treat ourselves right, man, we can control our destiny pretty much as far as how healthy we want to be and how strong we want to be. So 16, that's a good age. What made you stay committed? Just seeing the results?
Seeing the results, of course, but then eventually when I saw I can teach other people what I was doing and I could help people reach their goals, I became addicted.
Yeah. Are you more into the personal training business of fitness, or are you more into the entrepreneurial side of the fitness? Like, are you just so focused on getting the clients in, getting the clients out, or do you really want to build a brand, so to say, like in the fitness industry? I guess that's how I'm asking.
To be honest, it's half and half. Some people I just want to get in and get out. Other people I'm invested with for the long run just because I know how committed they are.
Yeah. But as far as you, do you want to like be training forever, or do you kind of want to jump into another region of fitness?
Essentially, the goal is to have my own gym at some point. So that's the goal.
Okay, cool. You're not from Georgia. Where are you from?
I'm from Miami, Florida. Not really Miami, but Hollywood.
Hollywood. Okay, what brought you to the dirty South? Even though we're above you, but what brought you to Georgia?
just the drive that the people have here is unmatched anywhere else that I've been. So I had to be in this state.
Yeah. Even though Dizzy just left Georgia and went to Florida, like, do you think he was on the same mindset as far as maybe he thought Miami was more driven, or what do you think? How do you feel about him going out there to build a business? Is that the place to be for fitness?
I feel like it is the place to be for fitness, and eventually I do want to go back, but I feel like the area that I was in, I was bound to get sucked into the community that I was in, and I didn't want that. So I myself needed to leave, but I want to go back eventually.
Yeah. Have you ever traveled to Georgia before you decided to move, or was just like let's just go for it?
I used to do cheer competitions out here, so that's how I initially got into being out here, and since then I fell in love.
Yeah. That's nice. So for all the potential clients that are watching right now and they're looking for a trainer, and let's just say they only want a female trainer, they're watching this video, what kind of client are you most compatible with? For me, I enjoy a client who is not necessarily their day one. They've already been acclimated into a gym. They know how to run. They know how to breathe. But there's some trainers who love working with those new day, new beginnings type clients. What is your ideal situation when it comes to being somebody's trainer?
So honestly, I like working with all fitness levels. My thing is I like transparency between me and my clients. So if we're not open with each other, I can't work with that person.
What do you mean by open? Like not lying about their meals or not showing up to their workouts using excuses? What do you mean?
That too, but having an understanding of each other and communicating makes everything happen. So if we can't communicate, that's going to be a tough session.
Yeah. Understand that. Well, let's move away from the fitness conversation. Did you go to college?
I'm currently in college for dietetics and nutrition.
Okay, so that's still fitness. So we'll skip that question. If it wasn't for fitness, where would you be?
I'd be smoking weed on my couch every day, probably a bum.
Yeah, is that the path you were going into before fitness?
That's what I was doing before I moved out to Georgia.
Okay. Well, we're happy that you're here. This is definitely better than being on a couch chilling, smoking all day, even though that's a lovely thing to do.
Once in a while, for sure.
Yeah, but getting sucked into it and making it that your life, then that'll be you at 30 years old, that'll be you at 40, that'll be you at 50. So glad to have you here, glad to have you part of the industry. You've been killing it ever since I've met you, and then when you started working at the Loft, I was like, okay, she's doing her thing. I'm always watching everybody's shit. I might not post I might not comment a lot, but I'm always watching people's stuff. So I definitely salute the people who are putting in work, and you for sure are putting in the work. So one more time before we sign off, let the people know how to find you, or do you have any boot camps or anything coming up in the near future? And then we'll take a break.
So at the moment, we don't have any boot camps or classes coming up, but you guys can stay up to date with me on all social platforms, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, at Lissi Squats, Lissi Squats. And that's all I have for you guys today. I appreciate you inviting me for the interview.
Yeah, there we go.
Bitches